This is going to kick off my busy season series for all of you accountants, wannabe accountants, everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Nicole and I'm so happy you clicked on this video. I tried to record it as a sit down video, but it didn't work, so we're gonna do a card chat. I'm going to give you guys some tips as to how you can survive busy season. Number one thing as to how you can survive busy season is to breathe. So do it with me. Let's take in a deep breath. Let it out. Again, breathe in and let it out. Yeah, so do breathing exercises. It's very important that you breathe during busy season because you are going to be working more than 40 hours for the most part, and you need to remain cool, calm, and collected so that you can perform at your best during this stressful time. The second thing after breathing that I would say is to eat healthy. Try to eat as healthy as you can because during busy season, you are going to most likely be having lunches and dinners at work because you're working 50 to 55 hours a week, if not more. So usually teams during busy season will pay for lunches and dinners, so just make sure you're eating as healthy as possible. Make sure you're staying hydrated. When I worked at EY in Texas, we were ordering a lot of Tex-Mex, barbecue, not necessarily the healthiest things, you know, and kind of hard having to find that balance between eating with your team and also not being too picky or trying to order the most expensive thing, which might be the healthier alternative. So yeah, just do your best to eat healthy. Make sure you eat a well-balanced meal throughout the day. Eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, have snacks in between. One thing that I did was take snacks with me. So I would take fruits and just different snacks with me. And sometimes your engagement team will have snacks available. So if you are on snack duty or if your intern is on snack duty, typically they, in the beginning of the week or when snacks are running low, they will send out an email and everybody says what snacks you would like. Put your snacks. If it's something that's going to be healthy or something that you like, make sure you put it on that list. But eat healthy. Exercise. It's so important that you exercise while on busy season. So exercise doesn't necessarily mean go to a spin class, go to the gym. It might just mean getting up and going for a walk. Walk around your client's office, or if you're at a place that it's not too cold, just go outside and get some fresh air. It's so important because you're working these long hours, and not only are you working long hours, you're sitting at your desk for the amount of time you're working, unless you're standing up to go to the bathroom, of course. But for the most part, you are sitting at your desk all day. So it is highly, highly, highly important that you maintain some sort of physical activity. So if you need to join a spin class that's at 6 o'clock every day, go to your spin class. If you have a workout session with a trainer, or if there is a gym available at your client or at your office, make sure you go and utilize that space. It's so important, or else you're going to be eating a lot, sitting a lot, and it's just going to affect your body. And I want you guys to be healthy. Communicate with your team. It is highly important that you communicate with your team. And this also brings me to my next point, which is if you have to go. Those two, I'm going to categorize them hand in hand. During busy season, you're probably going into work at 8 or 9 o'clock, sometimes maybe even 7 o'clock, and you're not leaving until past 4 or 5 o'clock. You are working 10 to 12, sometimes 15-hour days, depending on what's going on. You don't need to give up your social life or go into a cave and hibernate and not see your family during busy season because of work. Your job will always be there. It's just about how you manage your time. Let me give you guys an example. If you want to have dinner with your family, or there's something going on, you need to let that be known to your team ASAP. Before you get into busy season, or as soon as it starts, let them know. Say, hey, every Wednesday I am going to have dinner with my parents, or every Thursday I am going to have dinner with my husband, or I need to be out of work at 5 o'clock to pick up my child. All of these things you need to let them know. If you have an activity, let's say you have a Bible study or some kind of group that you go to on a weekly basis, let them know that in advance. This is where the communication comes in and why it's so important. If you are going to do these things, your team, for the most part, should be okay with it, unless you guys are on a really tight deadline for that week, or it's really crazy that week. So obviously, give and take, it might happen, it might not. But when you let them know in advance, they can plan for you. So you're not going to be working on something where you need to be constantly going to speak with a client if you know that you have to leave before the client leaves. Make sure you're communicating, but don't be forced to stay at the office and give up your other activities outside of work. It maintains your mental health, your stability, and allows you to get through busy season. But I am going to say this: if you are going to do that, you need to make up your time. You might come into work earlier. Instead of coming in at 8 o'clock, you might come in at 7 o'clock, so that you can make up that time somehow. It might mean that you're working through lunch. It might mean that on a Saturday, instead of working from 10 to 3, you're working from 9 to 3, or 9 to 3:30, or 10 to 4:30, or 5 o'clock. You also need to give your team a game plan as to how you're going to be making up that hour. And this is something that I learned on an engagement. Come up with a fun idea to make your busy season bearable, or at least for that engagement. You can talk to your team early on and say, hey guys, since we're working to this time, why don't we do a game night every Wednesday or every Thursday at dinner time? Because for the most part, you're going to be eating dinner together. So why not wind down and just take that time and have some fun? And obviously it's optional, but you guys can bring this up to the team. At one of my engagements, one of my bigger engagements in Houston, we did that, where we did every Thursday was game night while we ate dinner, which was fun because the partners will be there, the senior managers, all levels of staff from partner down to intern. We will all be there just playing a game, like a trivia game, and it will just be 30 minutes, but that was more than enough to just allow us to relax, and then go back to work with fresh minds and just crank out the rest of the evening at work. Find a hobby. If you like to bake, on the weekends, bake, and then maybe take it in to share with your team. Or if you like to play a sport, go play that sport. Find a hobby that you can do to keep your mind off of the crazy work hours and the amount of work you have to do. Humor yourself. You need to entertain yourself some way, somehow. Listening to a productive podcast, listening to a funny show that shouldn't take away from your focus from working. Something that I was doing was going to the Big Four Instagram account page, and I would just scroll through and read the memes and laugh a little bit, because that would help also with my mental health. Get up and take a break. It's okay to take a break in the middle of your workday. As a professional, you need to learn how to prioritize things, and your mental health, your health is very important and should be a high priority. Set goals. Every day or every week, in the beginning of the week, or maybe a Sunday night, set goals as to what you want to accomplish during that week.
By Wednesday, I want to finish my bank rec. By Friday, I want to finish off my cash cutoff testing.
And then maybe Saturdays can be the day that you go through your review comments that your senior or whoever you're working with left you, and clear out your comments. These are some things that I've learned over time, and a few ideas that I think is really going to help you guys be successful during this busy season time. I do apologize for the quality of this video. I'm filming on my phone. This is the only time that I really have to sit down and talk to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see. See you in the next one.